Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome back to another Abyssal clear for a Mythic Hero battle. This time we're taking on the new Dark Mythic Girl on the Throne, Sothis. We're going to beat her up and take her throne and add it to my collection of thrones that I've got going on over here. But anyway, I accidentally cleared this map and didn't record because I'm a dummy. But I'm going to recreate it for you all, and just to show that I did, even though you have to believe me anyway because it's got a green check mark on it. But so this map gave us a pair of gold reading glasses, which are a really cool accessory. I'll show that off at the end. But this map was pretty annoying. It's got these pillars, which are kind of annoying, and as always, they've got the reinforcements popping in everywhere. But the real challenge was because I specifically wanted to clear it with Byleth, who is not as good as my other heroes because he's not as invested in, and just probably wasn't a great choice for this map anyway. But I wanted to clear it with Byleth, and I did, so that was a little personal challenge. Real quick, let's take a look at who's competing on this map. Again, first up, Best Daughter Morgan, running her lovely Blar Blooms. Reposition in Aether. Fairly standard reposition for moving units. Aether for sustain on these longer maps with lots of reinforcements. Also to just cut through enemy with high res. Triangle Adept to improve our matchups because some of these, even these red units, are pretty nasty. Especially Sothis herself. So just doubling down on our winning matchups and is helpful here. Swordbreaker is here for specifically one unit, an armor unit with Wary Fighter. It lets us break through that. Otherwise, pretty much a dead B slot. Drive Speed to help Soleil get a double and kill early on in the map. Other than that, just generally nice team support. And Attack Speed Bond gives her a little bit more oomph. And she's got that S support still, which she's had since I pulled her. But I gotta say, I'm really liking Byleth. I already liked him from the moment he was announced, and I'm gonna talk about that when I summon for merges. But actually playing with him in 3 houses, I'm really enjoying him. So he might be getting that summoner support soon instead of Morgan, but she'll still always be Best Daughter at least. Next up, Big Sis Camilla. I actually finally am not using her signature axe for a map. Instead, we're running Emerald Axe. Same idea as with Morgan, just double down on our winning matchups. And yeah, it's helpful. Other than that, Iceberg for the faster cooldown count and get in some nice damage. DC specifically for baiting out a very obnoxious blue mage and softening him up so that we can get the kill the following turn. Wings of Mercy, we are bouncing all over this map because there are reinforcements coming. The pillars make moving around hard. So instead we'll be teleporting as our main method of travel. Close Guard just provides general team support, helps our units tank hits that they might not tank otherwise. And Attack Res Bond is just to give her a little bit more oomph and help her survive some other magical hits, although I don't think that res aspect is as important. Soleil running an Armor Smasher, which is actually only used once in the whole map against one armor unit. Otherwise, it's basically just a weapon that isn't Slaying Edge, because Slaying Edge was making our cooldown counts wonky, making it hard to get healed when we actually needed it with our Aether. DC lets her just do baiting out as usual. Wings of Mercy, as I explained with Camilla, just to help with the positioning aspect. Attack Smoke to soften up enemies. And Attack Def Bond, mostly there for that def aspect to give her a little bit of more defensive cushion. And then our newest hero, Professor Byleth. Here, I already gave him max Dragon Flowers, because like I said, I've just been excited for him since we first saw him in a trailer like 2 years ago, and I'm gonna talk about that eventually. But for now, he is just running a fairly budget build, which is funny because DC actually is budget on him since he comes with it. But he's got the Creator Sword, which is a very nutty weapon that prevents skills that allow or guarantee or prevent follow-up attacks on the opponent, and also prevents skills that either stop your special from charging or charge your opponent's special. Both great abilities, though I don't think either of them come into effect on this map really. So it's pretty much just a 16 might slaying edge, which is still not bad. You know, still pretty useful weapon just for that alone. Soul is basically our budget Aether. I actually spent a lot of feathers giving him fancy skills like wind sweep to play around with, but I didn't feel like giving him 20,000 for Crom for Aether because I'm still kind of cheap. So instead he's running Soul. Escape route, he ends up getting into low HP range a lot on this map. So escape route lets him bounce around a little bit better than Wings of Mercy in this case. Odd Speed Wave is just because that's what he comes with, and Steady Stance gives him more defense, which combined with his already good base defense and distant counter lets him bait out a bow fighter and also just tank some key hits. So with all of that out of the way, let's actually get into this. Beat up Sothis, get her chair. I need it for my lumbar support. I don't know. Anyways, like I said, this map is obnoxious because I really wanted to use Byleth for it. But we're going to take it out once again, even though I already did it once because I'm dumb and didn't hit record. So Morgan's going to start up here. We're going to bring her up to attack the sword fighter. Just do a bit of damage. Can't quite get the kill because of their special preventing some of that damage. But we'll have Soleil move Morgan out of the way so that she doesn't get hit by that green mage. And we'll bring Camilla up to provide that close guard support. And Byleth doesn't actually need to move because armor units are going to spawn in these bottom two center tiles. And one of them has Obstruct, which actually makes positioning really hard to get the kill on both of them. But if Byleth is here, the second one will spawn in this space instead, and it'll be a lot easier to get the kill. So Byleth is just going to chill there for now. And Sword Fighter comes and attacks Soleil. Followed up by the green mage. And then we're going to return, get the kill, and finish charging up our special. And here comes the knights. Yeah, this one has an obstruct seal, which makes moving around difficult. But because he's here, we can now just have Morgan move over here and punish him with Triangle Adept and Swordbreaker. Just delete him from the map. Goodbye. Tired of dealing with you. And Soleil is going to come down, and she can't quite get the kill even with the armor smasher, but she is going to fully heal herself and take out a big chunk of the Axe Knight's health and take 0 damage on the counterattack. And next, we're going to have Camilla move Soleil over here to block off the Axe Cavalier and also bait the blue mage down. And Byleth is going to come up here and finish off the Axe Knight and also bait down the bow fighter. So Professor is going to swing and take him out like so. Bow fighter attacks and does a good chunk of damage considering Byleth has actually pretty good physical defense. We're going to return and heal just a smidge of health up with Soul, not a lot. Didn't do a lot of damage either, but next the blue mage attacks Camilla. We can't quite kill him because he's very fast and we can't double, and has a null follow-up too, so even if you run like a blue Tomebreaker or a Quicker Post, we can't double through that. And he hits like 55 or 50 plus speed. I was able to get Camilla up to like 55 speed, and I was still only like speed tying him. I wasn't getting high enough to double, so couldn't do that. But now he's wide open to a follow-up attack. But we actually don't want to attack with Camilla because it'll leave her exposed, or it'll leave Byleth exposed to this Sword Cavalier, and he's already beat up, so we don't want to do that. Instead, we're going to have her attack the Bow Fighter and take him out with the Iceberg. And Byleth still can't take out the Blue Mage, so instead, we're going to send Morgan to do it. Miss the kill by 3, and then we're going to get hit by Luna, which does a lot of damage. Our follow-up kills him, but we did take a good chunk of health. But that's fine. Now we can have Byleth reposition Camilla out of the way of that Sword Cavalier, and Soleil's just going to finish off the Axe Cavalier and stand there and bait down that Green Mage. Green Cavalier attacks. Does a pretty good amount of damage for having weapon triangle disadvantage, but we're just going to heal all of that back up with Aether and take him out. And now Byleth really can't do much, and he's already beat up, so instead we're just going to have him retreat to that corner, and now we can't, we'll still get hit by this Bow Cavalier, but we can send Soleil up 1 and block them off from hitting Byleth. And now Byleth is out of the way, so Morgan can come over here, take out the Sword Cavalier with Aether, and just fully heal herself back up. Very nice. And now we want to weaken this Lance Fighter, but if we attack from here, we actually get hit by this attack ploy, and the -5 is like exactly enough to prevent us from getting a kill next turn that we really need. So instead we're going to move up over to this square and dodge the ploy, and still get our attack in and charge our special. And pass turn. Cleric attacks us with Trilemma, which when trying to figure this map out, it was both helpful and harmful, but I managed to figure out how to make it just pretty much only benefit us. So Bow Cavalier attacks Soleil and does a big ol' bit of hit points in damage to us. Charges their special. We can't get the kill, but Camilla can. So she's just going to fly up there with Wings of Mercy and take him out with the Iceberg. But now she's in range of Sothis, so Soleil's just going to pull her out of the way. And this Lance Fighter is very tanky because of Barrier Lance and Distant Defense. So we only do 8 damage to him, not even close to enough to take him out. So instead we're just going to attack the Axe Fighter, charge up our special, and now we're going to send Byleth over here to bait the Axe Fighter down over to here. And the healer prioritizes healing, so the Lance Fighter can't reach us. The Axe Fighter attacks Byleth and misses the kill. And we do a good bit of damage, but not enough to get the kill. But we did heal up off of that, which is nice. So the Lance Fighter couldn't reach Morgan, so instead they just rallied the healer, which doesn't really do anything. And then Sothis is closing in on our girls on the left-hand side. So we can't really do much to Sothis, so instead we're just going to Byleth can't do anything here. Byleth is going to come over here to the corner. It's called a tactical retreat. He is not a coward. He's just smart. And now Soleil is just going to get away from Sothis and come down and finish off the Axe Fighter. Very helpful all around. And Camilla is just going to move over here 1 square so that she's away from Sothis and in range to help clean up next turn. And we're just going to pass turn, I think. So now we're going to send Camilla to attack the Lance Fighter. Hit him with the iceberg. And now Morgan can finish him off while charging our Aether up. If we'd attacked last turn, we would have missed having Aether charged and ready to go, which we need Aether to take out Sothis. Very important. And now we're just going to send our reds up here and start having them retreat. The cleric will attack Camilla. Doesn't really do much, a whopping 1 point of damage. But Sothis is here, and I'm very afraid of her, so we're just going to send Camilla far, far away up here. Byleth is going to start moving over to this corner and when he gets there, we'll be able to say that we actually played on the entire map. As you can see, Morgan, even with Aether, is not taking Sothis out, so we're going to bring her up here and have Soleil move her up. And bring Camilla over, move Morgan up, and move Morgan over to the defense tile. And we're going to pull Morgan over this way, and Camilla can just come over here. So now we're going to have Camilla come right here, which seems crazy because now we're right next to Sothis, but that's okay. With Camilla here, we can actually trigger Blar Blooms and get the big damage on Sothis and still survive her attack, her counterattack. So we're going to hit her with Aether, chop off a lot of HP, heal up, and now Sirius is going to take a lot of that away. Almost on an even playing field now. Sirius is really cool, if only just for the name. I really like the name. I wish it was inheritable just for that. The effect is obviously amazing, but the name is cool, and that's what's most important to me. But now Soleil can come over and finish her off with Aether. Bam. And now we're going to have Byleth move over there. So the cleric attacks. And we're going to bring Soleil over to because of dry speed. That's okay. Camilla will attack. And Byleth for the kill. Take him out, Teach. Bam. And with that, I have cleared it again. And this is where we would have gotten the lovely golden glasses accessories, but we already got it. But I'll go ahead and show it off anyway, because it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look good on everyone. I'm not wild about it on Morgan or Camilla. Camilla's okay, actually. Soleil, But I think it actually looks pretty good on Byleth, so we're going to give him those as a trophy of his first Abyssal win that he has helped participate in. So yeah, thank you as always for watching. Until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brennan, the Angel Army, and our new professor signing out.